Hello, this is Jim Feist and Hank Goldberg talking about the NFL. Dogs win, bark, bark, woof, 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 11-2. Unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. Hank, how was your weekend?
Well, I had a few dogs. I liked the Rams. I liked the Steelers getting points. Those were two of my key games. So, the game that killed me was really Green Bay. But who knew that, that Rodgers was going to get hurt? And I'll tell you, Green Bay is in deep trouble. They don't have a quarterback behind them. This season's over. Unless they can talk Tony Romo into coming out of retirement. But you know something? He's a Wisconsin guy. He grew up idolizing the Packers, and they may be able to talk him into it, but I doubt it. It's just what are they going to do? I mean, that guy behind them can't play, and they're really stuck.
Yeah, it was, these injuries, we've lost a lot of good players already, and we're only, a third of the way into the season, so it's rough. The injuries are hard to make up for.
By the way, the people who were saying, "Oh, well, Keenum really played a good game yesterday," Keenum kept Green Bay in the game with the two horrible interceptions he threw. He didn't have a very good game. If Rodgers had played yesterday, they would have beaten that team with the game that Keenum played. So I don't want to hear anything about how great Keenum is. That's a joke.
Well, we had some other very interesting games. The Patriots continued to struggle. They did not cover. They were behind most of the game. The Jets are playing much better than anybody expected. Miami Dolphins.
A big break from the officials.
Oh yeah, well that was
a horrible call in the game.
The officials are handicapping sports is one thing. Handicapping the officials is totally a different situation. That was a bad call. Miami Dolphins, who couldn't do anything right for weeks, go up to Atlanta and beat the Atlanta Falcons. That was a big upset.
You know what? That raises the question of what's wrong with Matt Ryan. He was horrible in the second half against the Dolphins, who have a very mediocre defense, I think. Maybe their defense is better than I thought it was, but they have an average secondary, and he couldn't complete a pass against them in the second half. And, he just doesn't look like the same quarterback that he was a year ago. And that was, could he miss his coordinator that much? Does he miss the new coordinator that bad? I know you think so.
But I thought there was going to be a big drop off, and there has been.
But the Dolphins, and the Dolphins play the Jets this week, and the Dolphins are 3-2, and this is a bad team. The Patriots are going to sail into that division championship, and their defense isn't that good.
Yeah, it's the whole league is a little bit upside down. Eventually, these teams will find their footing and start to play with some character and pride and skills. But with the injuries mounting for all these teams, and the players that are going out are the stars, so we're going to lose a lot of stars.
The Patriots are the one team that's covered if the quarterback goes down.
Well, at least we feel that. We feel that. We think
that
that.
Guy can play. That guy can play.
They were
smart enough to keep him.
Their big problem is their defense. Their defense is not good.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
You don't win championships without a good defense. So.
Well, they might because look around them. Something. I watched that Pittsburgh game yesterday, and we both had the winner in that game, and as we predicted, Smith, finally hit the wall, and he ran up against a very strong Pittsburgh defense. The won that game for two reasons. Their defense played well, and they relied on their running back because their quarterback did not play well again. You know, he didn't have a great game, fat face. You know, he just he was just very ordinary, and he was, you know, he had one big play. He was lucky on that one, but you know, but their defense played a very strong game, and Kansas City was due for a clunker, and offensively, Smith finally failed to come through for him. But you know, Pittsburgh's got an issue with their quarterback right now, and with all that good material around him, I don't know if he's going to be able to take advantage of it. But their defense came up strong against a very good Kansas City game, and now Kansas City has Oakland next week. And you know something? Oakland was another example of rushing their quarterback around when he wasn't ready to play. You know, he was playing hurt, and he looked like it. And we've seen too many examples of that, and we may see another example of that tonight when if Tennessee pushes Mariota when he's not ready to play. You know, these coaches get desperate and you know, force guys. They got to listen to the doctors, and instead of looking at where their W's and L's are coming from, and that Oakland quarterback did not look like himself yesterday, and so they lost to a Charger game whose defense is a lot better than people think, and that division is getting a little bit interesting. But you know something, Denver, I got Denver under for the season, and I'm not sure that I'm not going to be right. They have a very good defense, but then again, look at what the Giants did to them last night. They ran the ball against them effectively. They ran the ball extremely well against them.
They definitely did.
Makes you wonder.
Well, you know, the one thing that we know Denver to be, they're good against the run and they run the ball well. But last night, Simeon was throwing the ball all over the place, and they got away from their running game, and they couldn't defend the run. So I mean, it was a well prepared Giant team that changed their style. They didn't have to deal with the wide receivers, getting each wide receiver enough catches, enough touches, and they played a different game, and they dominated. The game was never in doubt. And here's a 13.5-point favorite that lost the game straight up by quite a bit. 11 dogs yesterday covered, Hank. It was an amazing day for dog players, and bookmakers loved it.
Yeah, you might see another dog come through tonight. Remember, you got Indianapolis going in against the team that they've beaten 11 straight times.
And you're getting 8 points.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that number may change if Mariota doesn't go.
Well, of course. Yeah, but
he's still a game-time decision.
We talked about a little bit about the offensive coordinator Shanahan leaving Atlanta, and could they adjust? Well, let's take a look at San Francisco. They've lost 6 straight games. They haven't won yet this year, but they're losing their games by every game by less than 3 points. They're in the game every week.
Is that a record you want to brag about?
Well, I'm not them, and I'm don't kill the messenger. That's just that's a record.
I'm just asking you the question. Something. They're great for the people who love to bet dogs, because every week they're covering because they're losing by 3 points every week. 3 points or less, 5 straight times.
Well, they have not been able to get consistent quarterback play. They benched Hoyer. They went with Beathard. And they've announced
I love Beathard.
They've announced he's going to start this coming week.
I think that's a great move. He's very athletic. You know what I like about Beathard? he's able to extend plays. He knows where the rush is coming. He's a very bright guy. He's a legacy. You know, he comes from a great football family. Bobby Beathard is a great friend of mine, and I think it's marvelous what Beathard has accomplished. And you know, he's just a kid.
Yeah, it's he if they continue this streak of staying close, they're going to eventually find a way to win. I mean, that's a positive. I mean, they had collectively 335 yards yesterday. Their average gain per play was 4.8. These are not bad numbers. And, you know, Beathard ran the ball a little bit. He was, they play hard each and every week. He completed 19 out of 36 attempts for 245. That is not a bad day. So they might.
I'll tell you who did have a bad day, and they won anyway. The Rams quarterback. He was way off in this game, and they were smart enough to put the ball in the hands of their running back, who had another exceptional day running against a Jacksonville defense that's not particularly good against the run. And of course, I said about that game, he had a home field advantage because, you know, he was outstanding. Gurley, you know, had some great games on that field when he was in college. And he rose to the occasion yesterday. He really had some good runs in the fourth quarter when they needed it. But that was a game where Jacksonville is not going anywhere. People who think they're going to win that division are nuts. You can't win a division with a quarterback who you need him for him to only throw the ball 14 times a game. It's not gonna work. They're gonna wear out Fournette. But Fournette is great. You know, he did it again. First play of the game. You know, he put him ahead with a long run. No, he's just, they're an up and down team, and they'll win one week and they won't win the next because they don't have a quarterback. Bortles, you know, he's just one thing you can rely on. He's going to turn the ball over to the other team.
Well, we kind of knew that the NFL would go into a negative cycle because the best quarterbacks in the league have all gotten older. And we knew that the colleges don't really prepare the quarterbacks to play pro football because they play a different style. And we would get to a point where the league would be full of young quarterbacks that had potential, but not all people with potential make it. So we're seeing some that are actually doing pretty well, like Wentz, for example, and Deshaun Jackson, or Watson, I should say. But we're seeing others that are coming up short, and they have the talent, they have the potential, and it's going to take a while for them to develop, but unfortunately they have to develop under fire on the field instead of on the bench learning. So that's where we're at.
The Bucks are in big trouble. Their quarterback went down yesterday, but he wasn't playing very well anyway, and he's been very inconsistent. He has not developed at all under that coaching there. And, you know, the team that's emerged in that division is playing extremely well right now. It's the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints played a good game. They are capable. We always know that Breeze, who happens to be one of the older quarterbacks, but he's still playing at a high level.
Well, you know, the thing that's surprising about the Saints is that their defense is excellent right now. And Mickey Loomis, who I think is a great general manager, has brought that team back defensively. And after they've been not very good for a while, and they've got some real good players on the defensive side of the ball, and they stopped Detroit cold. And I got to tell you something. You know, one of of the guys on the NFL Network who said that the Detroit quarterback was the third best quarterback in the league. Looks like he's got egg all over his face now, and because that quarterback just doesn't beat the good teams, and he had a miserable day. Although he might have been playing off a bad ankle, and maybe he should have taken a week off, but they were all over him, and he had a horrible, horrible day. He threw the ball into coverage all day. He tried to do too much. I know they put up, a lot of points in the game, but the Saints prevailed, and I just like the way they're playing right now. They've got their home field advantage back, and right now they look like the team to beat in that division. Atlanta doesn't look like they're where they were a year ago. Although, I wouldn't rate Carolina off just yet. They go into Chicago this week. They should beat Chicago. I know Chicago likes their rookie quarterback, but I think Kuechly's passed his concussion test, and he'll be back. And I think that defensively they'll be fine. And I'll tell you, the team that's in a pretty good position right now, if they can get a healthy quarterback, is Minnesota, and that's our team to host the Super Bowl. Minnesota gets a healthy quarterback, and if they can get a decent running game put together, their defense is good and very tough to play against.
Well, that's true, and well coached. They've definitely had a lot of injuries the last 2 years. They really haven't played with a full deck for a while. But it's going to be an interesting season. I'm enjoying it. We're both winning. Your horses continue to do well. College football's been good. Baseball is these playoffs.
I'm enjoying anything about baseball. Finally, a team that can send a guy out there and pitch a complete game. That's quite unique.
That was a throwback to 20 years ago. Verlander was incredible, and you're going back to Koufax and Drysdale and all those guys that used to go out there and just throw 9 innings like nothing. Well, he did it.
Well, the Yankees tonight are looking for the old man to go out there and give him 5 strong innings, and so they can get into the bullpen. If they can get that, they can win a game.
Well, they haven't been out of it. I mean, they lost two games, 2-1. It's I have to say we don't. I mean, not everybody gets to see this young man from Houston, Altuve. He is. I mean, he's only 5'6", but he defensively he's very sound. Offensively, unbelievable. And he runs the bases, steals bases. He does everything. He's a leader. I like this guy for most valuable player in the league, and he's quite an inspiration to anybody that's under 6 foot that's playing sports.
Yeah, he's exciting.
He is. Well, thank you, Hank. All of Hank's plays are available at jimfeist.com. Go there each and every day. Pick up Hank's sports and horses. He's doing extremely well, and you can also check on my plays as well. Thank you, Hank.
Okay, Jim. Have a good day.
You too.